Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 24. I think we're up to. I don't know. It's been a while. He's Mitch.
Am I?
I'm Alex.
I am.
And this is the Mitch and Alex Show, sponsored by absolutely nobody.
No, we're sponsored by Bulldog Glass and Property Maintenance, right?
I think so. I don't know. I
Give
can't
them
keep
a
up.
free plug, box your tight ass.
We were sponsored by Bulldog Glass and Property.
No, they're still the sponsor. You did bad by them
Did I?
by getting lazy with your pot.
Yeah. Well, for a small fee, the Bulldog does come out and do the work.
Apparently so, yes.
Apparently, allegedly.
Allegedly.
But they do great work. All things glass and property maintenance.
Box, I like that we're at a new time. We just kind of pop up.
Yeah, we do.
Like
This was only decided today.
Yeah, it was by special request.
It was.
Yeah.
Um,
We won't go into who made the request.
No, but earlier today, someone said, "When's the next Mitch and Alex show going to be?" And I said, "Hey, Mitch, do you want to jump on tonight?" And he's like, "Why not?"
It's been like a month.
I believe so. Probably longer.
Yep.
Like 6 weeks.
We certainly are lazy with it, but we make up for it.
We do. We've got the Warden in the chat. He says, "Let's go."
Hello, Warden.
And DMWC Films as always. Hey yo.
Hey, yo.
Hey yo. He's throwing a toothpick. He's throwing a laptop right now.
Mhm.
What's been happening? It's been
Well, see, I don't remember what we talked about last time.
Well, the last time we were on here, I believe we had just returned from our 2 weeks of Coonabarabran and Yass.
And what a 2 weeks they were.
Yeah.
So
but-
how many shows have we run since then? Like
Well, we
5?
did Walgett. We did
Collecticon.
Collecticon. We did the anniversary show, of course.
Mm.
What an anniversary show it was.
It was an amazing show. Yeah. And then Bagger,
Bagger.
as some people are calling it.
Yeah. Can confirm I did visit the cheese factory.
I saw your photos.
Yeah. They were. It was a fun time. The milkshake was highly overrated.
How much they charge you for that milkshake?
I can't remember. I paid for like 3 of them, and I don't remember.
It would have been so expensive.
Would have been like $7 or something.
That's not bad.
That was recommended to me by Big Keegsy B. Oh, bro, I remember when I was like 4 years old, I had a milkshake there, and it was mad. I was like, every 4-year-old thinks a milkshake's mad, bro.
What would you give it out of 10?
Oh, from memory, there wasn't enough flavoring in it, so I think I'd give it a 5.
Box's milkshake ranking 5 out of 10.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Beagle was fun. I wrestled B-Boy, and I also wrestled the Puppeteer and B-Boy in a tag team match.
Well, let's not get into Bega just yet, Chief.
No, yeah,
We got everything to lay it out.
let me jump on the cage match.
You come prepared. Box.
I've got it loaded up already.
Wow. You don't remember what happened.
Oh, look, Chief, it's been a long season.
Do you load up your own cage match? Because I saw recently.
Yeah, I you know what's funny? I didn't put that through either.
I think Harvey Falco puts those together. So Falco, if you put it together for this young man here,
I
thank you.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Shay says, "What's your preferred milk to flavor ratio?" Oh, look, I like to be able to taste the flavor, and I couldn't in this milkshake.
You got to be able to taste the flavor. Well, then it's just milk.
Yeah, then it's
no
just milk.
shake.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Oh no, so we did the Collecticon before Walgett, did we? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we start?
Can we go into like when we hit Walgett? Now, stick around, listeners. There's a very funny story in Walgett that led to me having to spend like $3,000.
That is true.
We'll get to that. We'll get to it. I've paid the $3,000. We're all good, but I lost $3,000 going to Walgett.
Yeah.
What a world I live in.
Oh, here we go. Oh, the warden says balls. Yeah. Don't spoil it for the people. Come on.
He's just giving them a little taste.
just
A
a little
little taste.
So the Collecticon, the 24th of March, 2024, the 10 a.m. session was opened up with the Puppeteer.
We gotta talk about the load in for this show, Box.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that.
What an annoyance.
So
No fault of the Collecticon, by the way.
to some
Nah.
extent, I guess.
Nah, some idiot parked their car blocking the loading bay.
Okay, so we turn up to the Collecticon the day before to set up, just because that's when a lot of guys come in to set up. Oh, look, it's Big Keegsy B. Keegan Bradley says, "Is this live?"
It is live.
Hello, Big Keegsy B.
We never go tape.
No, we don't. Yeah, so we normally turn up the night before and set up because that's when people are setting up their stalls.
It's much easier that way.
Yeah, so there's two entrances, especially with a ring so big. It's hard to get around
Well,
certain things.
we've had to do the 6 a.m. load up before, and it's never positive. Some people can't get out of bed, and
Yeah,
some people get angry.
some people get yelled at. Some people don't get yelled at turning up 2 hours later. But
Yeah.
I
only got one in me.
yeah.
It's it's like a meal. Like once you've had it, it's done.
Yeah.
Mm.
So we turn up and there's someone parking in the spot that the truck goes through.
Barely as well.
And we tried to get the truck through, and if we had another, half a meter, we're getting through.
Yep.
And yeah, it was just very annoying because there's an empty car park and someone decides to park there.
And then there was some kind of event. So the staff at the Collecticon, they're not going to be back till Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, and some basketball tournament up the coast where everyone kind of traveled together. So someone left their car there.
But that wasn't the case.
No, that wasn't the case.
Person did eventually move their car as soon as we found a solution.
So we had the comments are flying.
Leave them, box. Don't get sidetracked. We'll go to the comments later.
Sorry. So we drove around, and there's this dip that goes down into where the door for our entrance is, I guess.
Yep.
And we were worried that if we got down there and didn't fit, we wouldn't be able to get back up. So we couldn't do that. We tried to drive around to, I guess, this gate that was padlocked shut that we had to almost we were about to buy bolt cutters and cut the gate open.
There was a staff member there saying you can't cut it.
Yeah. And so I think we drive the truck down as far as we can.
Drove the truck, box.
Yeah, sorry. We drove the truck down as far as we can to the gate that we could open, and kind of had to maneuver around this gate that only one door opened because the other door was bolted shut. We get the ring set up, and as we're halfway through the ring, we see the car move. And the anger on all of our faces.
Not me, I didn't care.
But it wasn't a I'm gonna lose my shit anger. It was a
frustration.
It was a frustration. It was almost a defeatedness, So we finished setting up the ring, and then I think we parked the truck up so no one could block us in. And then so we set up the ring and went on our way for the night. And what an experience it was.
The next day, box.
The next day.
I don't remember the card, so read it out, Chief.
The opening match for the 10 a.m. session was the Puppeteer defeating Varga.
Varga, one of the trainees here at the All-Star Wrestling School.
Jimmy Zero defeats myself. That slimy son of a bitch.
He always seems to beat you, unless you go to Wrestling Go. Then at Wrestling Go, you somehow pick up the dub.
Yeah. Aries defeats Dancing Dave in the main event.
I remember Aries and Dancing Dave having a really good match. Was that show wasn't recorded, was it?
No, it was not.
That's a shame. That's a real shame.
Dancing Dave defeats Varga.
Yeah.
The Puppeteer defeats myself. No shame in losing to the Puppeteer.
We'll go into him and his big accomplishment.
Yeah.
Soon.
And Aries defeats Jimmy Zero. I also remember that being a very good match.
It was.
Sneaked into the stands to watch.
Snuck.
Sorry. Yeah. So I thought that was a great match as well.
It was. Yeah, you got to give credit to Jimmy Zero hanging in there with Aries, and due to I don't know where Keegan was on this day, but it was pretty much a student show featuring Aries, and everyone did real good. So it's good to see how far the All-Star students are coming since, it's been just over 12 months since you guys started. And
12 months. It was 12 months on Monday.
Yeah, there you go. So 12 months this week. And look at you guys going out there, killing it, all that. So it's good, box. Kudos.
Then we head to Walgett, and let's talk about the drive. So in the truck was referee Jeremy, his son, and Aries.
No, that was Aries. Why? I can't sleep in the car. Why? I can't sit in the back seat. Why? My name's Aries. Why? I get car sick. Tell me I'm wrong, Box.
You're not wrong there, Chief. I hope Aries is watching this.
Nah, he's too busy. He's got kids to feed.
So yeah, so that was the arrangements, and then in the car was Mia, special woman Mia,
Mm,
Big Kigsy B, Keegan Brettle,
mm-hmm.
Myself, the puppeteer, and Mitch.
Yeah.
What a car it was.
Yeah. It
Now,
was.
keep in mind, Google Maps says this was a 10-hour drive?
8 hours.
8-hour drive.
It ended up being like
It
10.
took us 11 and a half.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Imagine sitting in a car with people.
like we stopped a fair few times for toilet breaks and
Mm,
whatnot.
but imagine sitting in a car for 11 and a half hours.
And like it wasn't a comfortable car trip either. Like me and the puppeteer are fairly tall fellas. So
I
we're
was comfy.
yeah, you're always comfy. I was sandwiched against the door, the puppeteer with his stories and his questions.
Now, the people might have this question, Box. On an 11 and a half hour car trip, what happens with the 5 people in that car to kill time?
there's a lot of storytelling. There's a lot of conversations,
It is a conversational car because we don't really like the radio too
yeah.
much.
Like the radio was on, but it was down low.
Yeah.
And we were talking.
It's a learning experience.
There were a lot of questions asked. A lot of
Some of us get drunk.
Yep.
Not you.
No.
No.
Yeah, it was also pissing down rain for like the first 2 hours of the trip.
Yeah, it was that weekend where they predicted super heavy rain and it was a bit of a bust.
Yeah, so
Got everyone excited for no reason.
But yeah, it was a great car trip. I don't know if Keegan's still in the chat, but I guess he can tell his perspective of the car trip in the comments. But
Keegs just wanted to know if it was live.
Yeah,
and then we said
he pissed off. Yeah,
we go. Yeah, he's like, bye.
Yeah. Yeah, and then on the way, it hits a point where we lose reception and we lose.
Yeah, so when you go up to these regional areas, you will lose reception for 2 or 3 hours.
Like
and
for reference, Walgett is about an hour or two from the Queensland border.
Yeah.
So,
but not Brisbane.
No,
it's like the little
west.
towns west.
Yeah. So yeah, that was an interesting car trip. And
now, how was Walgett as a town, Box?
Oh, we haven't told the truck story.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. So we're in and out of reception on a road where we probably see one car every half an hour.
Yeah.
And it hits dark, and when it hits dark, the animals they're out and about. And
we're on like the final stretch to Walgett as well.
Like we're probably what should have been maybe an hour or two away.
Oh, wasn't it less? Like half an hour?
Possibly.
We were starting to see the road signs that were saying Walgett, X amount of kilometers away. So we were pretty close.
We were, yeah. And we were in and out of reception, and we get this burst of reception, and I get a message from Jeremy saying, just hit a couple of wild boars. Not sure if the truck's okay, but keep your eye out. And we remember driving past probably an hour later.
Yeah.
And just see, we didn't see the balls, but we just saw this streak of blood across the road.
Pretty horrifying, really.
Yeah, we hit something as well.
Something small, yeah.
Yeah. It's just one of those things where you can't really do anything. Like you can't hit the brakes hard, you can't swerve, you kind of.
They say you just got to plow through.
Yeah.
To save life, your life.
And if it was anything if that was a kangaroo or something that jumped out in front of us, that car would be a wreck.
There was a kangaroo. We're coming back from Narendra maybe last year.
That the truck.
And the truck hit a kangaroo, but no damage.
Which is interesting because these two boars ended up costing Mitch
$3,000.
$3,000 in for the bumper.
$3,000, and they wanted to charge $6,000. And I'm like, look, let's not go through the insurance company. Let's just sort it out. So we sorted it out for $2,930.
Wow.
Just like that. So I effectively went to Walgett for free.
Here we go. Keegan Brettle says, Walgett was a terrible car trip. Second worst of all time behind the time Jazz and I had a 3-hour ride turn into 8 because of the snow, and we never made it back. It was also the night before her birthday. Wow. Second worst car trip of all time for Keegan Brettle, and he's had a lot of car trips. I heard Wes Williams got done for speeding on the way back from Bega. That sounds about right. He's a dirty criminal, that old Wesley.
We'll talk about that.
We will.
Is there any other questions or comments, Box, before we head into how Waljet was as a town?
Mr. Hardy Productions is very excited to see that we're back.
Is he?
Yeah. Damien Alford, a new viewer
Oh.
of the Mitch Alex Show, it seems.
Yeah.
Says that was a great match. I'm assuming in reference to
One of the Aries matches with
Aries
Dance and Dave or Jimmy.
Warden says I was happy to drag it out of the way in reference to the car that was parked in the way of the Collecticon. That was part of the discussion. We were going to illegally tow the car, I believe.
Yeah, but I put a stop to that. I don't do anything illegal.
Keegan Brettle says, show us the posters on the wall. It's a bit hard to turn our camera, Big Keeksy B. I'm sorry.
You'll have to wait.
You'll have to wait.
There's photos, though.
There is, yeah. I can't get them up here.
Send them your photos. If you haven't already. Anyway, Waljet is a town. Someone found love. People got in trouble. Tell us what happened, Box.
So we arrive at this place. And...
Actually, maybe we shouldn't talk about what got people into trouble.
No, let's not talk about that.
But we could talk about finding love in Waljet.
We can. So
we arrive in Waljet. We're at this.
We arrive, the Friday night, was it?
Saturday morning, maybe.
Saturday morning. Go straight to the hotel and we crash. I'm rooming with Big Keegsy B and Aries, I think it was.
Lucky you.
Yeah.
What a learning tree.
Yeah. Somehow, oh no, that's right. I thought Aries ended up with the double bed, but Keegan ended up with the double bed. Me and Aries took the two singles.
That's how it should be.
Yeah. Of course, I took my PlayStation so we can watch some rugby league. And yeah, so we crashed pretty quickly. We wake up the next morning, and we arrive at the venue, I guess you could call it.
The iconic Waljet Showground.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, not so iconic.
They gave us a pretty good spot. Like, I don't know if footage is out there on the YouTube yet or whatever, but we had like, I guess it would be where they would normally store like livestock.
Yeah.
But it was like a ring. It kind of seemed old
cool.
school.
Yeah. But our dressing room was like
it was a barn.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what happens in some of these little regional towns, though. They might not have the facilities to accommodate. So it was either you guys could dress with the staff or take a barn, and the decision was the barn.
Yeah. So let me go to the cage match for that one. Where are we? Afternoon session 1. Aries defeats the Puppeteer. Keegan Brettle defeats Alex Box.
Yep.
Session 2. The Puppeteer defeats Alex Box. Keegan Brettle defeats Aries.
You lose a lot, Alex Box.
Yeah, I do. I'm like 4 from 33. A rare Alex Box win. Alex Box and Aries defeat Keegan Brettle and the Puppeteer.
Was that the match? Oh, no, that was not the match.
No.
We got to talk about the next match.
This is the match. So, the fellas, Keegan and the Puppeteer, decided that they weren't happy with how myself and Aries won the match.
So it got changed to like
it was a falls count anywhere. It was billed as a hardcore tag, I believe.
And what a hardcore tag it was.
Oh,
not many weapons, but
no, I think we had like one chair.
But you guys went into the bar.
Yeah, so let me just give some imagery here. It was we got in the ring, and pretty much from the start we went at it.
It got pretty crazy for Waljet, you know.
Puppeteer came out with a snake skin around his neck.
He was coming out with that thing everywhere that he found.
To a child.
He found it backstage, by the way.
Yeah, so it was a legit snake skin.
Yeah.
Very
gross.
And then, yeah, like we went out to the bar. Keegan slammed me on the floor of the bar. He spat a beer into my face.
And were the people at the bar enjoying it? Because they weren't wrestling
fans. At first, they weren't, but then we kind of it was almost like we had this, like, it was a ring inside the bar of just, like, people just watching us. Like, I remember, it was funny, there's some footage somewhere, And Keegan pops me up on the bar and gives me a massive chop. And the bartender's just pouring a drink, like unbeknownst to what's happening.
Does referee Jeremy have the footage? Referee Jeremy, if you're in the chat, please let us know. I want to watch this tag match because I never saw the bar stuff. I was standing on a table announcing to the 10 people that were left because everyone else followed you guys.
Yeah, and then we ventured back to the truck. I got on Airy's shoulders. The puppeteer got on Keegan's.
And there was a moment.
There was a moment. We both just looked in each other's eyes and said, "I'm going to kill you." And we just started throwing.
Brutal.
And then I believe Airy's kicked Keegan in the nuts.
Disgraceful. I don't condone that.
Yeah, and then we got off the truck. The fellas were away, and I climbed to the top of the truck and I jumped onto Keegan and puppeteer off the truck.
As you were doing that, I announced to the crowd. I said, "I hope Alex Box doesn't hurt himself because I promised his mum that I would get him back safe." Shout out to Mama Box.
Shout out, yeah.
She watches the pod, I'm sure.
I did tell her to watch the pod when I was leaving home tonight.
Oh, well, hopefully she's watching.
Hopefully. I did say live at 7:30. So.
And what about Nana Box? Shout out for her as well.
Yeah, shout out to Nana Box as well. So then we headed back to the hotel. But before...
there was some love in the air.
Do we talk about the first interaction with the lovely lady?
Let's not. Let's not.
So
let's not talk about you bottling it with a girl in Waljet.
Okay. Well, anyway, this lovely lady who was a fan of what we were doing, I guess.
Well, who wouldn't be?
Yeah. we got into the bar, and lo and behold, at some point, her and Aries get to talking.
Of course. Yeah.
And then we head back to the hotel room, and her and Aries are still talking, and
a connection was made.
3 weeks later, Aries and this lovely lady are now
they're practically married.
They're
living together.
Yeah.
I guess they share finances. There's a child on the way.
Yeah.
Possible wedding proposals.
Stay tuned for May 11th.
Yeah, stay tuned. May 11th. Aries may pop the question again. Because it worked out so well last time.
So congratulations to Aries and his newfound love.
Congratulations to the fella. It's the wildest story I've ever heard.
And then we'll get day 2. The opening match. Aries defeats Alex Box after all I did for him. After all I did for him the night before, he goes and beats me.
You deserved it.
And then Keegan Brettle defeats old Puppeteer. And then we ended the show with a good old-fashioned fatal 4-way where Keegan beat me. I jumped off the truck again.
Yeah.
There was some chairs involved.
I like that the...
Oh, we didn't talk about the children. So...
This is a story worth tuning in for as well.
So night 1, it ends with me being defeated. Keegan Brettle hit the big splash off the top rope and pinned me. Now this hurt. I'm lying in the ring in pain. And I believe a combination of 3 people invited.
We won't mention the names. Though.
No. 3 people invited the children in the ring to celebrate.
I got on the mic and I said, for any of the kids that would like to celebrate with Big Keegsy B, jump on in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And then an unnamed person yelled, "Get him!"
Yeah. Don't know who that kid was.
Yeah. And
20 to 25 children attacked you.
So I'm lying there and I feel kids, or I see them coming in front of me. But before I can do anything, there's already kids behind me. One of them slapped me in the back of the head. A couple of them were like stomping on my head. So I'm sitting there covering up. Referee Jeremy literally had to dive on top of me and like roll me out of the ring. And then Aries like picked me up on his shoulders and carried me backstage. I had kids like tugging on my boots and like smacking me as we're walking past. I'm not a very liked man in Morgan.
But then there's like you guys were trying to change and kids were trying to kick the door down.
Yeah, the next day
people were waiting for you at the front.
The very last match, because all 4 of us are out there. There's no one backstage.
Yeah,
we get backstage and there's a little kid rifling through our bags.
Yeah, it's sad, but Waljet does have the highest crime rate in the entire state.
Yeah.
So Yeah.
Luckily, nothing was taken. I guess we caught the kid soon enough.
But that's why everything happened in Waljet, because I don't know. I don't want to make assumptions, but there is a high crime rate there, and the children probably aren't above jumping a young wrestler.
Well, yeah, they stomped my head into the mat.
Well, thankfully you're okay though.
Thankfully, yes.
It wouldn't be a funny story if you weren't okay.
No, I wasn't a happy chappy. And it took every ounce of self-control to not boot these kids in the head as they were trying to stop me.
You did the right thing, Box. You were saved by two bigger and stronger men.
Yes.
You were whisked away like a princess.
I was, yeah.
And the funny thing is, due to my angle of everything, I didn't even see it. I just thought everyone was having a good time.
Yeah.
I got backstage and you're like, oh, a bunch of kids attacked me. I'm like, did they?
Yeah. I said it
Wow.
much more angrily than that. But
Yeah.
yeah, and so that was Walgett. You know, we had a pizza there. Me and Aries went on a ride together. We held hands. It was lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was definitely a memorable trip, and it was funny because I remember on the way there, or no, I think the night before we left, I said, this is going to be the worst regional that we've ever done.
Yeah, it was for my pocket.
Yeah, well, I think it was the worst in some ways, but it was also the most memorable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
it
we're
was
always
memorable.
going to remember the weekend in Walgett.
Aries finding love.
Alex Box getting stomped on by kids and diving off a truck.
Mitch losing $3,000.
Keegan's bags getting rifled through backstage. You
Mm.
know, the puppeteer walking out with a snake skin.
It
There was memories for everyone.
It really is unforgettable.
Yeah.
Some of the trips we do there, they're quite forgettable, but this one and Brewarrina, which was on our tour and kind of close by, like an hour and a half, they're both quite memorable.
Oh, they're all memorable for me, but I think that's just because I haven't done, like, those are, you know, the ones that I've done. I guess you've probably done a lot more, so some of them are a bit forgettable for you.
Yeah.
We
got a ton of comments, Box.
just quickly. Well, yeah, I had a mad segue. It was, speaking of unforgettable, let's talk about the 6-year anniversary, because it was a very forgettable night for unforgettable Tony Cruz.
All right, let's go in the comments.
Yeah, let's go.
Then we will go into the 6-year anniversary show.
Let's see, where are we? Keegan says, yeah, I haven't seen any footage from Walgett. If someone could send it my way, cough, Warden, cough. Warden says he has the footage.
Right.
Jay says, g'day.
Jay.
Yeah. Christian says, hey, hey. Shay says, heading off. Have a good rest of your stream.
Thank you.
Christian says, the boys are in town.
Wow.
Not just any town. God's country.
God's country. Padstow.
The zoo which we call home says a connection was made. 45 minutes of connecting, if not more.
No comment.
Yeah, so that was,
He's posted their business there.
yeah. The 6-year anniversary. Now,
Almost sold out.
almost, yeah. All Star celebrating 6 years is a huge deal, because
There were many people in attendance.
we've talked about it over, I guess it was 6 episodes. The evolution of All Star, I guess you could call it. And this was kind of the anniversary show is always a huge deal because there's a lot. It's always an eventful show.
Yeah.
And this one was a very, very eventful show.
Yeah, and it was great to see, like, not only our newer fans at the show, but we had like older fans as well from the Wollongong days turning up to celebrate 6 years with us. So like that was really cool. And what an event it was, Box. What was the opening contest?
Jack Dullahan defeats Andrew Vega. Two very big beefy men going at it. And Jack Dullahan once again comes away with the win. It's been almost 3 years since he's been pinned or submitted.
March 2022.
Oh, okay,
no,
so,
yeah, it's over 2 years.
yeah, over 2 years.
Yeah.
Jack Dullahan gets the pin. However, after the match, Andrew Vega with a heinous assault on Jack Dullahan.
He hit him with a sword. Yeah.
With his own sword, and then he proceeded to take his sword and
the
the
spine.
spine. And then I interviewed him backstage, and
He proclaimed he was the king of All Star.
yeah, it was was interesting. But I don't know. Yeah.
What was that box?
The next match.
We'll talk about it off air.
We will. Yeah.
Yeah.
The next match, the Belief defeated the team of B-Boy and Caesar to become the new All-Star Tag Team Champions. Now,
I'm a bit conflicted on this one, box.
I love it
Why?
because B-Boy and Caesar.
Why?
How come? Because B-Boy and Caesar have beaten me on multiple occasions.
Oh, but you can't take it to heart. It's just friendly competition.
Yeah, I guess so. But I don't know. It was I'm a very sentimental guy, and Johnny Starr is someone who's been here since the beginning.
Yeah, that's why I'm conflicted. Like, I don't like the Belief, but Johnny Starr has been here for what? It'll be 6 years for him in July. He was on the 3rd All-Star show. Many big moments for him, and he finally achieved All-Star gold.
Yeah, so it's a huge moment for him, regardless of the bully that him and Mike Valuable.
It doesn't change the fact that I think he's a dick, though.
Yeah, both of them are. They're both massive dicks.
But Johnny Starr in particular, he's just so annoying. Like,
bald head.
yeah, like, well, they're both bald.
Yeah, but he's like shiny bald. Mike Valuable's
He's
there, you know.
Johnny Starr is bald and proud of it.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle choice.
Yeah,
Shut up, you whiny little bitch.
See, now you're not on the Belief side.
No,
I like
I'm not.
it.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about, like, I was sitting in this very exact spot when they threw a shirt over my head and you know, they called me ugly, and then
they pushed you.
They pushed me. I fell over. Could have hurt myself.
Yeah, I'm not fond of the Belief, but you know, Johnny Starr been around a long time, so congratulations to him and his baldness.
Now, before the next match, ring announcer Phil, our favorite rap, was
love the rap.
Yeah, we do. We love the rap. He was announcing the next match.
He sang to us the last show we did. You remember that?
I forgot about that. Yeah,
that was good shit. That was real good shit.
Was it Dimes?
I wouldn't say it was Dimes.
Yeah. So, sorry. Just quickly. I've got a comment. It's Jay saying, "Why? How come?" And I love that that's catching on. Jasmine Brettle comes out.
Yes, yeah.
Very upset, distraught Jasmine after losing the women's title at the previous show. And she said that it feels like the fans are turning their back on her.
I saw Jasmine earlier in the day, and it seemed like she was a little bit off, and then she requested the microphone time, and she said what she said and how she felt.
Yeah, and like at the end of the day, she's entitled to feel that way, I guess.
Do you think the crowd has turned on Jazz, though? I mean,
while she was out there telling the crowd how they feel, they were chanting for Eugenie.
Were they?
They were.
I heard the chant for rematch.
I heard that also, but I don't know. Jazz said that, you know, there are a select few fans that
stuck by her,
but there's some that she feels have just turned on her completely. You know, that it's like a child with a new toy.
Yeah, well, no, I don't know.
You know,
I'm still a Jasmine Brettle fan.
It's like when Andy in Toy Story got Buzz Lightyear and Woody just got thrown to the side.
That's a good analogy. Yeah.
Well,
I'm still a Jasmine fan. I'm sure you are too.
Of course, yeah. Jasmine's my wrestling mom. So.
I don't know why people are turning their backs on her, but
hopefully
a nice reaction for her in 10 days.
Yeah, but I guess now that she hasn't been given a rematch and Billy Mack has kind of just shot to the top of the line, you know, she can't be happy about that. However, the next match,
management, do they know what they're doing?
Probably not. The Puppeteer defeats unforgettable Tony Cruz to become the 5th Eastern States champion.
Sixth.
Yeah, the 6th Eastern States champion.
Tony Cruz is the 5th.
That's right.
What a moment, Box.
Now the likes of Wes Williams, Chris Masters, Jack Dullahan, Aries, Tony Cruz. They have all held that title.
Yep.
And now the Puppeteer can add his name to that very illustrious list.
Yeah, and Tony Cruz, he wasn't happy about it.
He shoved me as well.
And he swore, which I've never heard the man swear before.
No, he's a very classy man.
But he was not happy.
No. I think he called him a tall French creep.
That's pretty funny.
That is pretty funny. He's tall, he's French, and he's a little bit creepy. So he's not wrong, I guess.
I wouldn't say Pops is creepy.
He's unique.
I love him.
Yeah, you do. Why?
How come?
Um,
It was a nice moment for Pops because we've told his story before, but just to summarize it, this is a guy that nobody knew he existed. And he turned up at Leeton because we had no one else to wrestle.
that footage
day.
has recently surfaced as well.
Yeah, of me discovering him, I guess. he carried our big ring boards, which are like constructional lumber.
It takes at least 2 people to carry one.
Yeah, he was carrying it by himself, and he was like, "Oh, you just got to take your vitamins." And like, he's gone from that to a broken leg where nobody thought much of him.
And you know what?
Now he's the Eastern
He still
State
showed up
champion.
with his broken leg.
He did, yeah.
In his moon boot. I think I remember the infamous footage of Keegan's return.
He's there, yeah.
The puppeteer is outside trying to smack Morgan Rose with a crutch.
He got beat up that night
He
too.
did. It was pretty funny.
No, it was not.
Oh no, I mean the image of Pups walking around. with
Oh,
his crutch
yeah,
and moon boot,
yeah,
It's pretty
yeah.
funny. Now he's the Eastern States champion. So congratulations to
Pops.
Pups.
Yeah, I was very happy to see him with the belt. So were the people. Jeez, that reaction.
Yeah, it was a cool moment. Yeah, huge reaction. You know, people sitting there with his sold out merch, and they're sitting there with the puppets and his purple top hats. And
There's people dressing like the puppeteer now at
it's
the iconic
really funny.
Padstow.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if someone rocks up with a green wig or green hair that they've dyed.
Maybe that's the next merchandise idea.
Green wig.
Although if someone goes to the trouble of dyeing their hair green to support Pups, that would be pretty amazing.
That would be.
I might do it.
Yeah.
Would you be in favor of that?
Maybe just the bun.
The bun?
Just the bun.
The mean bun?
The mean bun.
Yeah.
That Pups so aproposly named.
Maybe I will. Maybe I'll go green.
Anyway, the next match.
And by maybe I mean never.
Yeah. J Law with Judy Law defeats Airy.
Yeah, they're starting to have a bit of a banger feud. That was a really good match between both guys.
As was their Bega match.
Yeah, we'll get into that. But J Law cheated to pick up the win there.
Yeah, I think with the assist from Judy.
I don't remember if Judy was involved, but I remember Judy did get involved in February.
Yeah.
And now, Aries cops another loss via, not proper means.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And as a result of that, huge announcement for May 11, which we'll get into later, but the semi-main event in a no disqualification match, and what a brutal match this was. Wes Williams defeats Hell Yeah.
Yeah, fans were chanting "Holy shit!"
Yeah,
There was
trash cans involved. There was barbed wire, chairs.
lots of big falls.
Wes Williams jumped on top of me.
I saw that.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
hurt. He's
yeah
a
but
big fella.
you were sitting with me at the table and you didn't come back.
Well, yeah, I was sitting with you and I saw them going to the crowd, and I thought I better go make sure no one.
You
gets hurt.
you left me with ring boy Xavier,
I did, yeah.
who repeatedly kicks the table.
If you're watching, Xavier, stop kicking the table.
Please, for the love of God, please.
Yeah, so I went to make sure no one got hurt in the crowd, and then me and Dancing Dave got jumped on top of it.
Yeah. I'm sorry that happened, Box and Dance and Dave.
That's all right. That's okay.
It's the risk you take at a professional wrestling event.
And the main event, possibly the biggest moment of the year, one of the best matches of the year.
I feel like the puppeteer would disagree with you though. He'd be like, "My title win was bigger."
Yeah.
Disagree with him.
Yeah.
Damn.
I know, like this match went outside at ended up Keegan got slammed on the ring truck.
It was the first time we ever saw like a match go out of the auditorium.
Yeah.
Like at
That's
Padstow.
never happened at
Padstow. No, it never happened.
That's really cool.
Maybe they brawled out onto the truck.
Yeah.
I saw Orlando in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
What's
That's
going
crazy.
on?
And the match ended, and Keegan Brettle became a 2-time All-Star Wrestling Heavyweight Champion.
The ninth All-Star champion.
I know, my All-Star
Yeah.
champion.
Title dating back to April 2018. Box.
Blake Stone, the first champion. Shout out
That's
to
right.
Blake Stone.
He watches the pod.
Does it?
Yes.
That's cool. Yeah, so that was the anniversary show. All male titles changing hands. I think after the show, I interviewed Keegan in front of the crowd, and he said that this is a new era for All Star, and it genuinely feels like that.
Yeah.
Like new champions kind of leading the charge. A lot of new guys coming up now.
A lot of younger and newer characters kind of leading the charge. Like the belief for kind of older guys, but
They haven't been around in All Star very long.
no, but Eugenie is a young woman.
Yeah.
Pups is a young man.
Yeah.
And Keegan, he hasn't even hit his prime yet, I don't think.
Yeah,
He's still got a good 10 to 15 years left as a wrestler, I think. So
and like you look at guys coming up as well, like Dancing Dave or Jack Dullahan kind of really hitting his stride at the moment.
It's young people doing amazing
like
things.
Aries jumping into the main event scene. It's a lot of it's really cool to see, and it's cool to be a part of.
Maybe one day you'll be in a Padstow main event, Alex Box.
Maybe one day. Our next show, the All Star Bega Bash. Or Bega for certain people.
This was a week later.
It was, yeah.
Now, how was your trip to Bega Box? Because we had trips that differed, I feel like.
Yeah, especially the trip back.
Yes. Yep.
The trip there was nice. I traveled with Big Keegsy B the night before.
Yep.
Stayed in an Airbnb. Nice cozy.
Good for you, Box.
Yeah, it was nice. Got to chill with the big
not
dog.
even a year in the business, and you're at the Airbnb with the heavyweight champion.
Right? What a life.
Mm-hmm.
Played some PlayStation, watched some wrestling.
Fucking oath, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Tan together.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah. So
now this is where you ask me how my trip was.
How was your trip, Mitch?
Well,
Was it absolutely horrible?
I woke up at 5:30 in the morning. Truck driver Pups turned up at 6:30.
I do remember seeing that in the chat. Yeah.
We tied everything down, and then we made the 6.5-hour drive to Bega. It was great. Cramped up in the middle seat.
Right. I do recall you saying call time to the venue was 12, and you guys didn't get there till like 1.
Yeah. Because Pups drives slow. That's the French in him.
He's used to the other side of the road.
And then yeah. No, they drive on the same side.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
Don't Europeans drive on the other side of the road?
It's Americans.
No, but Europeans also.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'm Googling it.
Google it. So then we turn up at this building. Very nice building, the Bega Civic Center. Wouldn't you agree, Box?
Oh, lovely venue.
Mm-hmm. And they sold a whole bunch of tickets, and everyone there was so nice and friendly. The Bega was really cool. Like, a lot of people were saying it's like Bateman's Bay, who are also really nice and treat everyone well. Is it true that there was food backstage for everyone too?
Oh, that was self-provided.
Oh,
yeah.
Maybe next time Bega will provide some food.
But free drinks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
They do drive on the other side of the road.
To us, or?
Yeah, they drive on the right side.
Huh.
Yeah, we're one of the few that drive on the left.
Well, there you go, Box. I was wrong.
Yeah.
I know in England they drive.
Oh, sorry. England, they drive on the left. South Africa, they drive on the left. And Australia and New Zealand drive on the left.
It's the only countries that matter, to be honest. What about Canada? I
I
feel like this isn't entertaining to our audience at all.
I think Canada drive on the right.
Huh.
Yeah.
That makes sense. All right, Box, you were right. Good for you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
The Bega card, Box.
Do
Do you remember it offhand?
Well, the opener was myself and B-Boy.
And you lost to B-Boy again. No matter what you do, you just can't topple the fella.
I can't. He didn't sting me, though. He didn't sting me. According to Cage Match, the attendance is 200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
which is
something
pretty
like
good
For Bega.
For Bega, yeah.
Not a huge...
Like, it wasn't a huge
population.
venue as well. Like 200 sounds like a sellout for that venue.
Maybe. It was very full in there, though.
And it was a very, you could have a room full of 200 people, but if they're not into it, then that's not great.
Bega was very into
They
it.
were into it.
And there's footage going up of the Bega show on
YouTube.
All-Star YouTube. So suss that out. I think there's highlights of Keegan and Wes and
Aries and J-Law.
and J-Law, and there'll be more to come.
So Dancing Dave defeated King Vance from Slam.
Yeah, I was very impressed by King Vance. He's a wrestler that's a king box, and he's got a great physique. He was very impressive in his All-Star debut.
Yeah, but he couldn't topple All-Star Academy royalty in Dancing Dave orders.
I wouldn't say Dancing Dave's royalty of anything, but no, could not be toppled.
No.
Dancing Dave danced his way to victory.
He did. And another, I guess, Slam showcase. Randy Chambers defeated Cyclone Jr.
Yeah, so Cyclone Jr., I think he's been at a Padstow show before, and he's done a few of our South Coast shows. Randy Chambers, another All-Star debut, though.
Yeah.
And yeah, he did pick up the win, and he was impressive in doing so.
The Puppeteer retains the Eastern States title in his first defense against Jimmy Zero.
Jimmy Zero was not liked in Bega.
No, he wasn't, was he?
He was he was not treated well by the locals.
No, he wasn't. Bit of a dick, Jimmy Zero. But
yeah,
on the night, I felt for the fella. I don't know what it was, but
you guys kind of have this relationship. It's very bipolar.
Yeah, it is.
Sometimes you love the guy, sometimes you hate the guy.
Well, on the night, I loved the guy. And
in Bega, I saw you guys were very lovey-dovey with one another.
Yeah, I didn't like the Puppeteer that night, so I thought I'd go out there after the match and kick him in the balls. So that's what I did.
And that led to the tag match
yeah.
where you guys lost.
I blame Jimmy.
Did Jimmy, was Jimmy the one that got pinned?
No, but I still blame Jimmy. In the semi-main, Aries defeated J-Law.
Yeah, this was my match of the night. They had a really good match. Aries was desperate to pick up that win again, you know, for after last week getting robbed. And he did manage to pick up the win against J-Law.
And in the main event, Keegan Brettle retains the All-Star Heavyweight title against Wes Williams. And he, quote-unquote, beat the cheese out of him.
Was that a quote?
That was a quote. Yeah, he put that up on his Instagram and said, I beat the cheese out of the fella.
It was pretty funny because Keegan said on the microphone that that when Wes Williams goes to McDonald's, he orders a hamburger with no cheese.
Oh.
Yeah.
What a monster.
Bad choice, right?
So we
And Bega did not like that.
Yeah, well, so full disclosure here. Everything in Bega closes at like 9:30, 10 p.m.
We're used to that at this point though. Well,
yeah,
we should
no,
be.
But like, yeah, well, we didn't expect that from Bega being like, I guess, a major town.
Yeah.
Like around that area, right?
All towns shut at that time. That's a city thing.
So we came prepared. Open. Me and Keegan went to the supermarket and bought some food for the night, so we weren't starving after the show.
Yeah.
And I bought some cheese, some Bega cheese actually. Well, I was just gonna buy the home brand stuff, and Keegan said, "Come on, box, we're in Bega." So I bought the Bega cheese. Now it cost me like $9 for this packet of cheese, right? And we've got it like in the fridge backstage. And I went, "Oh, Keith, how funny would it be if you went out there and slapped the man with some cheese?"
And that's what he did.
Yeah, but he used the whole packet of cheese, and we had no cheese for our food.
But what were you gonna put? Because you had
chicken. I was gonna make chicken and cheese wraps.
Oh, that does sound nice,
right?
I gotta talk to my missus about that.
I bought wraps and I bought chicken tenders and I bought cheese, and Keegan bought lettuce and whatever else we got, and we didn't even open the lettuce. Yeah,
there was just a sad dinner where someone dished me up a plate of chicken tenders.
Correct, because Keegan used the cheese.
Big Keegsy, I'm disappointed. Although it did make for a great moment at the show.
It did. We've got some comments.
That would be his argument.
Let's go back.
Hey, Box, we're at 8:25. We haven't even got to our questions yet.
Oh, we'll get to
Stick around. We got questions, and we're going to talk about only the strong will survive. Coming up May 11th at the iconic Padstow RSL Club. Box.
The warden says, "Can we just take a second to acknowledge the fact that the Dogs are in the top 8 and Para sucks?"
Para does suck. Sorry, Box.
David Bullock says, "Yep, let's acknowledge both those things, Warden." Jay says, "And Seagulls are the best team. Lick my nuts." No, cheer the Dogs. We've got people saying,
I know who Jay is, a new Manly supporter.
Correct.
Yeah.
Do we have any update on more international visits for All-Star Wrestling? We've got Love Your Work and also Cheese is Life. Cheese is Life. Especially
you got to read the names, Box. Who are these people? Who's Tezza?
Tez is a friend of mine.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. A friend of
Favorite.
yours or a friend of ours?
Friend of mine.
Okay.
Bigger cheese is number one, just like Keegan.
There you go.
Where were we going next? The question?
There was a question about internationals. We just had one, Brian Kendrick.
Correct.
Yeah.
Good friend of
You're,
mine.
you're a mate. Yeah. Boxers, mate.
Yeah. Shout out to Brian if you're watching. I doubt it. Oh, I should have sent him the link. That would have been
He
funny.
watches the pod.
Does he?
You told me.
Oh, did he? Yeah.
That's why he came. He wanted to meet Mitch and Alex. And he certainly did.
He certainly did. All right. I chucked up an NGL earlier today. We've got some questions. Now, Mitch hasn't seen any of these.
No, I like to go in cold.
Yeah.
Um,
You have a maniac.
Well, no, I like to go in cold because if I prearrange an answer, then
Feels less genuine.
yeah,
Yeah.
like the people don't want that. Box.
No. Well, this one's not for you. This was a question for me.
Oh, for you. Yeah.
Where does Alex Box see himself within wrestling 12 months from now? Now, that's a great question.
That is a good question. Yeah.
Because 12 months ago, I had my first ever training session.
Yeah.
So, where did I wonder where I saw myself then. I don't even know. But
You probably saw yourself wrestling at this point, which you are.
yeah, 12 months from now, I'd like to appear on a Padstow show. That'd be nice.
Yeah. You already have.
Oh yeah, true. But that was a Rumble. I'd like to have a more prominent, I guess,
Okay.
appearance on a Padstow.
I'll talk to management about it.
Thank you. Pull some strings.
I'll do my best. They can be tough sometimes. you
Yeah,
know?
I know. Especially that Will guy.
Shout out to Will.
Shout out to Will. Does he drive on the right side of the road? Ask him.
I guess he does.
Yeah. So I guess 12 months from now, I'd like to be on Pad. So I've got a couple people as well that I'd like to tick off the bucket list and have matches with. But yeah, I don't know. It's tough. I guess I'm kind of.
It's always a hard question when people ask that.
It's tough because it's one of those things where I don't like to look that long term. Like obviously it's nice to have goals, but I like to set myself some shorter term goals to meet and achieve. Yeah, I guess so.
It's always a tough question when like you go for a job interview and they go, "Where do you see yourself in 5 years?" And you're like, "Well, hopefully living."
Yeah.
Like 5 years.
In 5 years, I see myself living in Walgett.
Well, you're not the one that found love there.
No, I'm not.
That was someone else.
Here we go. Here's a question for you from Christian.
Okay.
Mitch, what is the hardest part of your job other than booking? We spoke about this earlier today, didn't we?
Well, everything's hard.
Yeah.
Like,
But is there anything like that's prominent, or I guess the hardest?
show day can be really hard because you need to execute everything. It's like game day for a football team, you know? Like that's when you got to execute everything. But for me, it's just the general day-to-day stuff. Like, you know, you got to send emails. I got an invoice that I got to send to Bego, which is like 11 days late. You know, like it's all of it can be tough. But it's also a lot of it's really rewarding and cool as well. But the hardest thing would be executing on show day because there's so much expectation, not only from the talent, the staff, but also most importantly the fans.
Yeah.
If you don't execute, then who's going to come back?
Yeah.
Yeah. But we always end up executing well. We got things down to a science now, so it's good.
Yeah. Well, let's segue into the next question. Someone asked, Mitch, where do you see yourself in 12 months from now as a promoter?
Did they really ask that?
They did, yeah.
Can I see that? I just said it's a really difficult question to ask. You knew that too.
Yeah,
Sneaky. In 12 months, I'd hope that we would continue to grow. Like we've grown 2022, 2023, 2024.
Yeah, you've kind of been on the up every year.
Yeah. So it would suck if we had like a down year. So yeah, that's it. Hopefully a little bit bigger, doing a few more shows. That's all really. We just got to keep doing what we're doing.
No, good answer.
Yeah.
So that wasn't as hard as you thought it was going to be.
No, it wasn't.
Rank these places 1 to 4. Walgett, Yass, Brewarrina, Coonabarabran. Yass is number 1.
What are we ranking them as towns or like shows?
Let's go. What would overall be? Rank them overall.
What towns are there again?
Yas, Walgett, Brewarrina, Coonabarabran.
Well, Yas is number one because
It's the
it's
shortest trip.
yeah,
And everything was open. It was lovely.
yeah.
We didn't even have to stay there the night, did we?
Did we stay? Yeah, we stayed there the night. We went there the day before.
Did we?
Yeah,
Yes, we did. Yes.
but we could leave and we got back at like 7 o'clock. So it was
Yeah,
really nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the ring was unloaded and everything by the time 7:30 p.m.
Yeah,
footy
like
came on.
that's right. I got home and I
Mm.
won money on Melbourne versus Warriors when Xavier Coates scored in the corner on the buzzer.
Oh, what a game that
What a
was.
game, yeah.
Yeah. So Yas, then
Coonabarabran, I guess.
yeah.
That one.
I
kinda
don't remember
sunk, though.
Coonabarabran very well.
Oh, I do.
Apart from they gave us like a stadium setup.
Yeah.
Mini stadium.
And the security guards there were lazy assholes.
You said it, not me.
I
go.
also remember an unnamed wrestler being shouted at in the bathroom because he needed to go to the toilet right as we were leaving.
That was a funny story.
That was pretty funny. Yeah.
We can't go into that though.
No.
And it wasn't me shouting for once.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah. And then Walgett and Brewarrina, they're kind of the same.
I'd go Walgett before Brewarrina.
Yeah, Walgett, we were in Walgett longer.
But that's because I was injured in Brewarrina as well.
We were only in Brewarrina for
A
like
day.
12 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that.
Yeah. And that place kind of sucked. We had no reception.
Yeah,
The backstage
Walgett
was
then
shit.
Brewarrina.
Yeah.
But Walgett and Brewarrina are very similar towns, really, apart from the reception. Although Walgett seemed a bit more lively.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm. And the
Um.
people were a bit more welcoming too. Like we went to Brewarrina and we were getting death stared.
Yeah, we were. Yeah. What would be one thing a wrestler needs to be able to? What would one thing a wrestler need to be able to captivate an audience? It's an interesting question. I guess that'd be what do you look for in a wrestler as well. Like if you could build a wrestler from the ground up.
Connection. That's what you need. Connection with the audience. You can be the best wrestler. You can look the best. You can do the prettiest flips ever. But if the audience doesn't care about you, then you're not worth much at all.
Like Pups, he can't do much in ring. But
Yeah, he's a very basic wrestler, but
the people love him.
yeah, and it's like you look at wrestlers that have really gotten over in the history of Australian wrestling, they haven't done much at all. Like it's only been a recent thing where the guy that does the prettiest flips,
Yeah, and I guess
makes a lot of money.
a niche within a niche as well.
But you look at Mario Milano, he never did much. Ron Miller, he didn't do much. And then even modern examples like Mark Mercedes, he never did much. Birdman, like he did 5 things really, really well.
Yeah.
And audiences around Australia loved him for it.
Yeah.
And he's still doing that,
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just connection with the audience. If you can't achieve that, then that's a problem.
Yeah.
But a good booker and promoter will help you connect with the audience, and they'll stick with you until you do.
Should Alex Box start a series on his socials of gaining 20 kilos?
Did you write that question?
No, I didn't. No.
That's funny.
Yeah. I know who did write the question, but I'm not going to name and shame.
Is that a question for me or for you?
I don't know.
Or for both of us.
For both of us.
You should.
I should.
Just binge eat online.
Yeah.
There'd be
Do like ASMR videos.
There'd be a market for that.
Yeah.
Surely, like
Just on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone says not a question, but all stars are shit. It's all star, no S, and there's a hyphen in there, buddy. So,
surely someone ripping.
what does Mitch think of Andrew Vega at AWF?
I didn't know that he was there.
Yeah, he got. I think he's versing TNT at the next show.
Ah.
I think that's a good get for AWF.
Yeah, I don't know who's over at AWF anymore, to be honest. Like
Deepak.
Shout out
to
DP.
Deepak.
We've missed you a few times, buddy, but we're back. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't bother me if that's what people think. It is what it is, I guess.
Fair enough.
I do think that'll be a good match, though, Vega versus TNT.
Yeah. Thoughts on E10? Well, for me, he's my favorite petrol-based wrestler.
We mentioned E10 once. He was like a star for a show.
Yeah, he got over, yeah.
And then, like,
Never
never
heard of him
mentioned
again.
again. Where is he? What's he up to?
Slam, I think.
He was training there, but Has he been on their shows?
Yeah, he was in the Terry Campese $10,000 Battle Royal.
Oh, well, good for E10.
Yeah.
He was a nice guy. I met him. He was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. You laughed like he wasn't a nice
No,
guy.
I laughed because I was there.
Oh.
And that was the day of the podcast. I think he was watching.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's funny. We're like, oh, it's E10. What are the worst wrestling matches you've seen?
What, like in All Star or
I don't know,
or the
like-
world?
Yeah, let's go top 5 overall. Or 3 if 5's too many.
Sting versus Jeff Hardy at that pay-per-view where
Oh,
Jeff Hardy was all fucked up.
Oh god. Yeah, that was
Um,
lockdown. Oh no, sorry, Victory Road 2011, I think.
That one's infamous. Jeez, what else? Sucky matches don't really stick in my mind too much.
The
Like,
Bird and the Bee versus Wes and Fergus.
that was bad. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Jace Chalmers versus Shane Saw.
Mm.
That's a match. It went we talked about it. It went entirely too long.
That's right. Didn't it go like 20 minutes?
Something like that. It was Jace Chalmers' first match, but Shane Saw should have known better.
Yeah.
And I was like legitimately angry at at what occurred.
Right.
Don't get too excited about who just commented, Box.
Sorry, I
Look at you. You're like,
I got all giddy,
"Ooh,
yeah."
giddy.
haven't seen him in a while.
Shout out to the Millennial Man.
Yeah. Sorry, I just have to
Go on,
make
click
a
his
comment.
post. Click his post.
Alex Box cuddled in the sweltering autumn of 24.
As he certainly did. Longer.
Yeah.
Next question, Box.
Sorry, yeah, that was the worst matches one. Have you heard of the incident from the Integrity Show?
I heard something from someone, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, someone said, "What did you think of the incident from the Integrity Show?"
I haven't seen it.
Yeah. What else have we got? Someone said, "When are you booking Jinder Mahal and Great Khali?" I think Jinder Mahal would actually be really cool to get, but he'd probably be way too expensive at the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they both would be. Yeah.
Great Khali just appeared for OPW down in Ballarat.
You mean the Great Khali did, right?
That's what I said.
Oh, I thought you said Jinder Mahal did.
No.
He just appeared for WWE.
Yeah. Are we going to see Erica Reid and Sid Parker wrestle at the iconic Padstow Assault Club? We
Well,
haven't seen Erica Reid.
Erica already has, but I love both of them. They're amazing.
Yeah, they appeared on our Bendigo show on tour.
Yeah, and they were great. Eric is doing a lot of great things, and so is Sid. So I'd love to. It's just a matter of if they can make the available dates and all that.
Yeah. Who makes the All-Star Wrestling belts? Someone has asked.
A guy in Pakistan.
Shout out to Farouk.
His name's Farouk or Farouk, something like that. He's a good guy. Shout out to Farouk.
Yeah.
His t-shirts though, no good.
No, they are no good.
Nah.
I think I gave one away.
Wow.
Yeah. We often hear about the NRL during your stream. What are your thoughts on Union and AFL? Personally, not a fan, but like I don't mind it. But I can't like I've seen one AFL game ever, and it was last year's grand final.
AFL is really fun to play.
I
Like
feel like Union would be also.
I never played Union, but I played AFL as a kid, and it was a lot of fun. Union, I've watched Union before. It was all right, but I watched it like 20 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like just nothing compares to a good old-fashioned game.
Nah, yeah, I'm a big rugby league guy. Soccer's okay.
Speaking of, how about them Roosters there? Let's not talk about Parramatta. I'll start crying.
Sivo comment.
Wow.
Yeah. He just what happened, Box? We'll talk about it off air.
Oh, gee. I don't know. I don't know. He thought he was wrestling Alex Box or something with those forearms.
Yeah.
I do look a little bit like Ruben Garrick, I reckon.
Do you?
Yeah. Someone told me I look like Tom Trebojevic once, and I don't see it.
No.
Maybe maybe when I'm clean shaven, actually.
All
I
right.
don't know. That's all for the question. But keep feeding them. Actually, I did see one in.
Surely the Millennial Man has some questions.
Yeah, sure. Surely.
He used to ask a whole heap.
In your opinion, what makes Grayson Waller a top pick in Australian wrestling?
A top pick?
Top pick.
A topic.
Top pick. Like
Okay.
number one.
Number one. I think, and there's some people that aren't a fan of his, but I used to watch him and I was like, how is this guy not signed?
Yeah, I think he just said he's got it. Whatever it is. He had it.
Yeah. He's a great talker. He kind of has and this isn't to disrespect the man, but he kind of has a face that you want to slap, or the average person would want to slap.
Like Jimmy Zero.
No, not really.
Like Alex Box.
No, you don't have a slappable face. He's kind of got like
No, yeah, and he's got a
he's got a smugness about him, which is great because he's a heel. Was he a heel in WWE?
Yeah,
still? Yeah.
Tag team champion too.
So he has that. Good wrestler. Well, great wrestler.
Yeah,
he's in WWE.
Very, very capable in ring. But I think
he's just a good overall package.
Yeah, I think he's one of those guys that, like you said, like you've got to be able to connect with the crowd. But I guess as a heel, you need to really make them hate you. And he is very hated.
Yeah.
And at the start, I think they were playing him off as the standard, I'm from another country, so I'm just going to shit on America.
He's so much more than that.
Yeah, he's really good. And I guess it shows how much they are invested in him. Like he's been in segments. Like his first ever match on the main roster was against Edge, which was Edge's second last match for WWE. He's been in segments with John Cena, been in segments with a whole bunch of other like big names, which is really cool. I don't know. It's just cool for me to see a fellow Bankstown boy like make it somewhere big.
That's very cool. Yeah, he's a very talented guy. That's why he's a top pick.
Yeah. Aries allegedly twisted the puppet's puppet in Walgett. I hope he's referring to the actual puppet.
I don't know what that means.
When can we see Dancing Dave next?
Um,
Speak to All Star Management, Chief.
Well, I was about to tell the people.
Oh, all right.
He'll be there May 11th at the iconic Padstow RSL Club.
Well, he better be. The ring's not going to load itself.
Wow, the disrespect. You hear that, Dancing Dave? He says all you're good for is ring crew. Wow.
The Millennial Man says, what is Walgett's favorite dish? I think it was instant noodles that night.
What was my favorite dish in Walgett?
I guess so, yeah.
The pizza that we had?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I feel like we ate something else. I can't remember. What do you think of AV Dangerously involvement with Integrity Sports?
We commented on AV before, Box. And I think wasn't he commenting on here for a little bit too?
Isn't this AV?
I don't know.
Millennial Man was AV?
I don't remember. There was some guy that was AV.
I'm pretty sure it's Millennial.
And why is he asking about himself?
I don't know. Maybe he wants us to put him over.
I don't rate AV Dangerously as someone who should be involved in a valid wrestling business. You know, you don't want to mix good talent with people like that. Yeah, like
eat shit AV Dangerously.
No, like as a fella, he's cool, I guess. Well, not cool, but I got no beef as a person, but he's someone who shouldn't be involved in wrestling.
He says, big missed opportunity, huh?
I don't think so.
The Warden says, definitely like Jimmy, I suppose.
When we said he's slappable?
Slappable.
Okay.
And then Jay says, what a loser. So I don't know if that's in agreement or if he's calling the Warden a loser. Yeah. In the bar, Aries mid-match gave Puppeteer a twist of package as his future girlfriend watched, realizing she wanted him.
That's the man that I want to marry. That one right there. Twisting the puppet.
Mr. Hardy Production says, when can we see the dancing boxers?
There is a couple, and I mean literally a couple of dancing boxers fans out there.
There's four.
Four. Does that include your mum and your nan?
No. No, it doesn't.
No. I don't know. It's a good question. Maybe we sell a couple spot shows regionally, and the dancing boxers will turn up again.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I also have some breaking news. that in approximately 14 minutes, we will have a special guest
Will we, box?
appearing live
Is it-
on episode 24 of the Mitch Alex Show.
Is it the puppeteer where like he can't hear us and he just goes, "Rah!"
No.
Better than the pup?
Yeah. It may even be better than rap singing for us live.
Dancing Dave?
No.
I can't think of who would beat Dancing Dave, if not the puppet.
This person is a former champion within All Star.
Oh.
A current, I guess, international star.
Yeah, okay.
Making appearances all over the place.
Yep.
And former tag team partner of mine. That's all I'll say. If you've watched the show previously, you'll know who this person is.
You're hyping it like it's Hulk Hogan, box.
Oh, he looks like Hulk Hogan. What a stud.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it going to be a surprise or are you going to tell the people?
No, I'm gonna let it be a surprise.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Until he gets in here, maybe. I'll be like, ladies and gentlemen, introducing.
All right. All right. Cool.
X-
Cool.
X person. The zoo which we call home says dancing boxes is a terrible idea. Warden says, I know.
Wow.
The zoo which we call home says Box and Tony Cruz is a better tag, and Dance and Dave can go with the puppeteer. How about you book it, Mitch? Alex Box and Tony Cruz against Dance and Dave and the puppeteer.
I think you're too nice of a guy to hang out with Tony Cruz.
Yeah, he yelled at me last
Yeah. So, Box, while we wait for this unnamed guest,
time. Yeah.
you're very excited. You got a big smile on your face.
Yeah, he's a bad man.
Wow. Okay. So May 11th, Box.
Oh, yes, May 11th. I was wondering what we were going to do to kill the next 13 minutes.
Let's talk about the main event.
The main event has been announced.
Yes.
Keegan Brettle, with his second defense of the All-Star Wrestling Heavyweight title,
Hopefully.
will be defending against.
Yep.
What do you mean, hopefully?
He might lose it on his oh no, his second defense, yeah.
Yeah.
But if he loses, he would have only defended it once.
Yeah. Well, in his second defense of the
Successfully.
title,
Mm.
he will be facing well, not duo, but Aries and J-Law in a
They're not a
match.
duo at all.
No,
They
no.
hate each other.
No, but they're two people.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll be facing Aries and J-Law in a triple threat match.
So here's the interesting thing. Aries and J-Law, they got their feud going on right now. But last year, fans will remember Keegan and J-Law had this big beef with one another that they wrestled in Night to Remember and another
Proving
event.
Ground.
Proving Grounds, right.
Wonder who named that one.
He's one achievement.
Yeah.
You're like Will from France who
Yeah,
goes,
that's my
I
classic
named
name.
the Eastern States title.
And then I believe you named the show after as kind of like a sequel to the previous show.
What did I call it?
A Point to Prove.
Ah, smart guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, Aries and J-Law now have the beef, and they've been thrown into this match with Keegan.
Keegan also with I guess mini interactions with Aries over the last little while, but
And they went to-
defeated by Aries.
They
last
went to
December.
Japan together as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I was going to say, Aries has beaten Keegan. J-Law has beaten Keegan.
Mm.
But then Keegan has beaten J-Law. And Keegan has beaten Aries, I believe.
I think they've all beaten each other.
But then J-Law has beaten both Aries and Keegan.
yeah, they've all beaten
So-
each other.
These guys, there's no clear favorite for me.
Yeah, like do you go with the champion? Like it's hard to pick Keegan in a triple threat match because he
You
doesn't
could-
have to be pinned or
That's
submitted
right.
to lose the title. You know, there's the unpredictability of Aries. There's the experience and I guess the power with J-Law. There's so many factors that go into it.
Judy Law as well.
Judy Law also a factor and a no disqualification, I guess.
Yep.
Setting.
Yep.
It's hard to rule out her. But then does Jasmine come into play? Does Aries' new girlfriend come into play? You never know.
Freshly proposed.
Yeah.
She's got the wedding ring. She's feeling bold.
Yeah.
Jumps the barricade.
Deck Keegan with the ring on.
Damn.
Yeah.
I don't think Aries would pull that.
No. But yeah, so there's a lot of factors that go into this one. Also announced. Billy Mack trying to regain the All-Star Women's title.
Yeah,
First ever-
Billy Mack, the second champion. The protege of Shazza McKenzie. Shazza McKenzie gave her the belt, and Billy Mack, she would be the most cowardly champion we've ever had in All-Star, to be honest.
overall.
Yeah, like she hid behind Saxon
Hughes,
Hughes,
Jesse
her
Daniels.
boyfriend Jesse Daniels, and then Jasmine got her hands on her and beat beat her,
Yeah.
beat the shit out of her, dare I say.
Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So Billy Mack, I question what she'll have planned for Eugenie on May 11th.
Jesse Daniels to be in attendance as well, as announced. We'll
That's
get to that in a
correct. Yeah,
second.
yeah. So there could be an option there where Jesse cheats Billy to victory.
However, Eugenie has choked out a man before. Who's to say she won't do it again?
It's true.
That
Yep.
man, the current Eastern States champion, the puppeteer.
That's right. So Eugenie definitely not a woman to mess with.
Mm.
I'm really looking forward to this one though, Box. They were tag partners in January, and Eugenie came out on one of the social media posts recently. She said she never liked Billy Mack.
Yeah, well, I guess it's the enemy of my enemy is a friend.
I guess they worked together that one night to pick up the victory,
Mm.
but now Eugenie gonna put the title on the line against Billy Mack. I'd put Eugenie at a slight favorite, but Billy Mack definitely could pull out the win.
Yeah. Also has been announced the puppeteer and Hell Yeah, the Undesirables team up once again.
Yep.
The first time in a long time.
And Knights Remember was the last time they
Yeah,
teamed.
so
I
the
think.
Undesirables teaming up to take on Tony Cruz and I guess his hired gun in Jesse Daniels.
Yeah. Wes Williams was originally meant to be in the match. He's out due to injury. So Tony was told to find a partner. He found Jesse Daniels, and now we've got, I think, a hell of a grudge match on May 11th.
Are you sure Wes is injured and not arrested after being caught speeding in Bega?
I'm pretty sure Wes has not been arrested.
Right.
But also, Box.
Aries says Box knows too much. Touch grass. Look, Chief, I'm a journalist. It's my job to know.
It's true. He is a journalist. Yeah. Special announcement will be made on May 11th. Don't ask me what it is. I can't tell you. That was going to be your question, right?
Yeah.
Even though you're my nephew, Box, I can't tell you everything.
No clues.
No
hints,
clues. No.
Nothing.
It's tightly under wrap. Not ringing out the pill. Tightly under wraps. Rap doesn't know, so don't blow up his inbox. But I gave a quote to the All-Star social media team today saying that this will be life-changing.
For who?
For one All-Star wrestler.
Wow.
A life-changing event
It's
will
an Alex
occur.
Box. Yet his big pad so debut.
Be there and find out. Be there and find out. A life-changing moment for one All-Star wrestler on May 11th at the iconic Padstow RSL Club.
David Bullock says will be brilliant to see the Undesirables together again. Will it?
Yeah, I like them as a duo. They're two crazy characters.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, like you got Hell Yeah, who's crazy and always smoking, and the puppeteer who's just
when they caught smoking in the stairwell like a year and a half ago.
They got caught doing lots of things together.
Oh.
No, nothing like that. Keep your mind out of the gutter box.
No rope involved.
No. No.
Yeah, so I think the card is shaping up to be another huge one.
Certainly, yeah.
And I guess only the strong will survive.
And there's going to be more match announcements to come. We've had a really quick turnaround with this one. So more matches to be announced in the coming days. They're going to come quick and heavy.
Wow. Like Jack Dullahan.
Hmm?
Big fella.
Yeah. Well, his spear, yeah, quick and heavy, yeah.
What do you think I meant? Get your mind out of the gutter.
I was confused, genuinely.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a great card. Will be interesting to see what happens with Dullahan and Vega. Wes Williams being injured, I guess.
Will he be there? Who knows? I don't even know.
Yeah, I asked him. He didn't tell me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he even talks to you.
J-Law versus Ref Warden.
I'd pay to see it.
Would you?
Yeah.
Fun fact, Keegan has never pinned Aries, but the last match Keegan won against Aries was in 2021 in a triple threat match against myself and B-Boy, and it was B-Boy who was pinned in Gosford. Wow, so Aries never pinned by Keegan.
Well, there you go.
I hope he pins you May 11th. That'd be nice.
Yeah, well, it is an elimination as well.
Oh.
Yeah, that's been announced.
Oh, I missed that part.
Elimination, so both wrestlers will have to lose.
However, J-Law could eliminate Aries and then Keegan.
Yeah. Or J-Law beats Keegan or Aries beats Keegan. Wouldn't it?
Imagine Keegan gets eliminated first.
That's what I was about to
Yeah.
say. Imagine
the
that.
scene.
And the people would know that no matter what, there would be a new All-Star champion. It would be either Aries or J-Law.
Wow.
That would be quite thrilling.
And you know they're both 1-1, so you wouldn't really know who wins that.
And imagine the fight there'd be, knowing that, you know, every like the All-Star title is on the line. It just adds a little something to it. So that's an exciting one. I'm very excited.
Yeah. That's going to be really
three of the best in the country going at it for, you know, a highly prestigious title.
Well, I guess you can't give any hints as to what the special announcement will be, but any hints on any more matches that'll be announced? No,
you got to keep an eye on the All-Star social media.
I'm part of the social media team, Chief.
Yeah. Well, you know, you get an email on, you know, a Monday morning or whenever, and, you know, you announce the match then. We don't give information in advance. What is this? What type of organization is this, Box?
Some Rudy Poo.
No.
No.
Everything's under wraps. Not rap. Wraps.
Plural.
Where are we with this guest? It's 3 minutes.
Look,
tonight.
we're 3 minutes away. I was told that he's a very punctual person and wants to join at 9 o'clock on the dot.
Is it?
Some question.
Hold on. Is it a like? Are we excited for this person?
I am very excited.
Or are we waiting around for nothing?
No, I think this will be very good. Oh, here we go.
I got a taco dinner in there for me.
You're speaking like a man who wants to get pinned, Aries. Do you want to take the pin on May 11th, or what? Keep it up with the facts you've been hanging out with Falco on Cage Match.
Falco. Wow.
Shots fired live on the Mitch Alex Show.
It's a big get for us. Usually the comment sections don't go off this way.
Normally we don't have Aries or Keegan.
Yeah, now they're blasting each other.
This is great.
Where's J-Law? Get him in.
Someone send the man a message, please. J-Law comes in and just sends some police emojis.
Oh, wow. I think he'd have a lot to say. Like, he doesn't like either of these guys.
Yeah, I need to get a word with him at the next show.
Yeah.
Wow. Sorry, I'm just this has never happened before. I'm so excited. We're doing good.
We've done good, Box.
Come on, Aries. Don't let Keegan speak to you like that. Give him.
Aries. Are you gonna take that?
Yeah, don't be a cat. Come on, Aries slowly typing away with his girlfriend on him.
Keegs, you can't hurt him too much if it does go that way, because the man's found love.
He's got kids to feed.
He's got kids to feed. So
fresh off a tour of Malaysia. No, sorry, Mongolia. Someone else has been to Malaysia. And I'll be here in
Look at you stalling for time, Box. The man has nothing, ladies and gentlemen. Punching away on his phone. Where's your special guest, Chief? And is the audio up so that we can hear him? Because last time it wasn't.
Oh yeah, let me
Box isn't much of a pro when it comes to all this, ladies and gentlemen. He's a not so good man when it comes to pods. Very nice person though.
You'd
Box.
say I'm a bad man, wouldn't you?
No, you're a sad man. You walked into that one, Box.
Oh, I did. You're a funny man.
So you said he's very punctual?
Yeah, well, he said he just sent me a message.
It's 8:59.
Stand by. This is actually Keegan Brettle said this is actually a backup Falco YouTube account. Hey guy.
Hey Falco.
You never know, brother. Aries may pull a little sneaky one out that no one is expecting to see. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
Oh look, the guest has turned up at 9 o'clock.
The former All-Star Wrestling Tag Team Champion, 2-time All-Star Wrestling Tag Team
Is
Champion.
it Goran? I hope it's Goran.
Fresh off a tour of Korea, Taiwan, went to Perth. He was also my tag team partner in Yas. Ladies and gentlemen, Morgan Rose.
Wow. Just like that.
No applause track. Thank you.
He's not standing though.
No, I'm sitting in my car, about to go to the gym.
No, I mean Box should have stood.
Oh, go ahead, Box.
Applauded. There we go.
The question is, does Alex Box have the Morgan Rose shirt?
No, I'm wearing my Mitch Alex Show shirt. I'm sorry.
Well, you're wearing a jumper, actually.
Well, yeah, no, but underneath.
So, Box, have you arranged any questions for our special guest, or is he just turning up for an appearance?
No, I do have some questions for the fella. Morgan Rose, how was your recent trip to Korea? I watched your match.
Wait, first question for Morgan Rose. Where are you currently? Are you even in the country?
Yes, I'm in the country, of
He's in the
course.
country.
Wow.
Wow.
I've got a
That's
scheduled
a
appearance at
surprise.
All Star Wrestling. Yeah, I've got a scheduled appearance at All Star
Yeah, but
Wrestling
that's
in
in
2
10
weeks.
days. I figured you'd
Wow,
make a trip.
breaking news there. Morgan Rose
Yeah,
to appear May 11th live at the iconic Pads to RSL Club.
I saw him make a post about that recently.
Yeah, I've already broken the news.
So, sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no exclusives here.
Sorry, don't slap me in the
No.
nuts like you did in Newcastle. Yeah, so you just had a match in Korea, what, less than a week ago? Like, what, 3 days ago?
Yeah, it was like
and
four
for-
days ago.
Yeah, for All Korea Wrestling, for the I guess the main title there.
Was it called All Korea Wrestling?
I believe so.
That's cool. I
Yes,
like that.
Yeah, it was All Korea Wrestling. It was for the main title. Yeah, against Kim Mir.
Yeah, you suplexed the dude on a bunch of pallets. Like, it was some. You're a bad man, Morgan Rose. Tell us about your trip to Korea.
Well, I guess the whole trip started in Perth. So I went to STW and I had the Perth part planned out for like 3 months or 4 months, but the flights to Perth, it really isn't economical just to fly to Perth because it's so expensive. So for like at least 4 months, I was trying to add something or anything to make it worth it. Because I have all the time in the world, but it's like,
Smart man.
yeah, just the flights to Perth is just not worth it at all. But I already booked it in, so I was like, oh, I got to make this work. And I reached out to so many places, and it's funny because Taiwan, which is my first overseas stop, I reached out to them in like August last year, and I heard nothing back. And they just hit me up randomly, like the same week that I was looking to try and make things happen, and just out of the blue, because I think they thought I was sending in a fan message, and they said that they finally read it and they realized like I was asking like if they had any spots for anyone to come over, and then that locked in. And then I reached out to a few places in like all over Asia, Japan, Korea, China, Vietnam, the Philippines, like everywhere. And then
Sorry,
I actually got
just quickly. That's
Yes.
funny as. Has anyone ever messaged you and you like a wrestler ever messaged you and you thought, oh, it's just a fan messaging you? Did that ever happen?
No,
Ah.
no, can't say it has.
and you'd think because it was in English, where basically all their fan messages would be in Mandarin. So if they saw an English message, but yeah, well, I'm the first like overseas person to ever go there. They were telling me.
To
So
Taiwan.
maybe that's why. Yeah, well, to their promotion. I know that there's another promotion in Taiwan. I don't know if anyone's ever went there, but they were telling me I was the first person to ever come to their promotion. But
It would be
wrestling in
very cool
Taiwan
if
is
it'd be very cool if Morgan Rose was the first international competitor to ever wrestle in Taiwan.
That is really cool.
That's history making.
Well,
yeah,
not
well,
even just first Australian.
Yeah, but that's first international means much more than first Aussie.
yeah. Well, they were telling me I was the first person ever to go there. So I guess I bet there is another company that had been around a bit longer. So you got to assume that. Probably.
I'll give it a Google later.
Give it a Google.
Yeah, give it a Google. Give it a Google. And then for the Korea one, I actually got very lucky. I had basically all the places got back to me, and like dates was the most important thing. I literally had to find a show specifically on the 27th of April. Like that was the only time that I could do it. And there was 2 promotions in Korea, and they both had a show on that night, and they were both wanting me to come. One of them was a no ring show, and then the other one was All Korea. I'm hoping to go back and do the other promotion in the next few months, as well as go back to All Korea. But that's basically how that came about.
What a guy. You've also been all over the place. You're in Malaysia not long ago as well.
Yeah. The Malaysian one was I guess it all happened this year. Yeah, the Malaysian one was in January. But I know the story that you're alluding to for the Korea show that I was telling you about. So basically, like long story short, the main event this is the first time this has ever happened. I've been wrestling on shows properly for like 5-6 years, 5 years if you don't count COVID. And this is the first time that I'd ever seen anyone I've ever seen a match cancelled for an injury. And not only was it the first time I seen a match cancelled for an injury, but I seen someone leaving an ambulance. And not only was it one person, but it was both people in the main event. Like,
How
it
does
was
that
funny.
happen?
I have seen they at All Korea they have filmed the whole thing and they had the cameras rolling. Oh, to start this off, both guys are completely fine, like, which is great. I was
Yeah.
very worried because
Was
at
it
the
the
time it
kimchi?
seemed very. Yeah, no, that was me. That shit stung so bad. That was
You
like
got kimchi
worse
in
than
the eye.
any. Yeah, it stung so bad. That's worse than any chair shot to the head or anything. Like I couldn't see. I'm lucky it was the end of the match. But so the two fellas, I didn't see what happened. I was backstage because I was the match before the main event, and there was a lot of like noise going on, and you could hear it, and then all of a sudden it just went silent. I was like, oh, they must have, I don't know, messed up a spot, or like the crowd aren't really into whatever's happening right now. And then I see like a bunch of referees come backstage, like rummaging through the back and like saying something in Korean, and I was like, oh, yeah. And then they started throwing up the X, and everything was dead silent. And then I just seen wrestlers like run out there, the heels and everything. I was like, oh fuck, all right. And then I walked out, and both of the guys. So you're seeing the setup of the show. They've moved all the chairs to the side, and both of the guys were on the outside of the ring, just laying there motionless. So they both got knocked out cold. What it was I can't pronounce either of their names. So I just one of the wrestlers. So there was there was a heavyweight wrestler and like a light heavyweight wrestler. And the light heavyweight wrestler ran from inside the ring and did like a helo over the top. And what happened was, I'm pretty sure the bigger guy, who I found out was fairly inexperienced, was like 2 steps back from catching range. And what happened was the guy doing the helo over the top basically healed him in the face because he only was able to catch legs. And the big guy who was doing the catching got like knocked out cold. And because he got knocked out, the guy going over the top had no one to catch him, and he just ate shit and like ate the concrete. And that knocked him out as well. So they were both completely unconscious.
Ah,
That's nuts.
Yeah. And then they were down for the entire time until both of the ambulances got there. I think they were both awake, but I think they were being, because they took really good care of them. Like they stabilized their necks. They didn't like, as soon as that all happened, I seen the video back. They called the match straight away before they even like were able to ask them if they were good to get up. Like they could see that they were not good. So like uh, safety, like they weren't like carny or anything of like trying to like get them to work through it. They're like, nope. Even it was the main event and it was like halfway through, they're like, nope, done, show's over. Like stop, call the ambulance. But yeah, I think when the proper video comes out, it'll be complete, because the video I seen there was fans in the way. But when the proper video comes out, I guess you'll get to see it. You'll get to see it like more clear. But yeah, it sounded like if at the time everyone was talking as if it was very serious and felt serious, but like later that night they both got discharged from the hospital.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
it is crazy. Like, like that's I need to see the video when you get it. I need that.
Well, I think they'll upload it on their YouTube video because now that they like were updating everyone on the Instagram, and they would like it seems like something that they won't just keep. I think they'll probably upload it as like maybe like a showing like this is what can happen, because they videoed even when the ambulances were there, like the camera guys had it on.
Mm.
Yeah, and it sucks because I did that exact same spot the match before, and like that could have easily. So thank you, Kim Mir, for catching me. But yeah, there was.
Imagine that happening to you in a foreign country where you don't know the language and all that. Like, that would
Yeah,
be
well,
very problematic.
the promoter is an American bloke, so he spoke English. And it's funny,
Oh, wow.
the two promoters, the owner is an American bloke, and then the secondary owner is a Korean bloke, but he's from Sydney, so he spoke perfect English as well.
Wow.
But yeah, I could imagine if that happened to me,
Cool.
and I got like, I'll tell you what though, the South Korean ambulances. This show was in the middle of kind of like an industrial area, very far from any hospitals, and those fucking ambulances were there like that. So that was
The
like
wall gets
good for
through.
them. There was, I guess, there was like a close incident for my match with Kimi. Everything went over smooth that we were doing with each other, but when
Is this
we
the
climbed
like,
onto, no, that was fine. Everything was fine.
oh, that
The
looked like
what
you like paralyzed the man.
No. So the problem was we had a spot planned where you see where we went up onto the roof. one of us was meant to
Yeah.
get thrown from the roof into the ring, which sounds more is actually would be very safe because they would just be landing feet first, and the
Yeah, the
difference of
distance,
height between is really isn't that bad, but the crowd would have enjoyed it. The problem became when we both went up there, and it was like the Undertaker Hell in a Cell thing where we took a step and both of our feet went through the roof. And then, like, after the show, after the match, I went backstage. The locker room was inside the room of the roof that we went in, and there was a giant hole. So if anyone, I was meant to take a bump on there. I literally would have went through the roof easily. It was like made of like styrofoam. I went up there early, and I was like, oh, yeah, this will be right. But then when there was two people up there, like, if we pushed it, we both would have got fucked up.
Yeah, just for context, so this room looked like a warehouse, but it wasn't a very big warehouse. Like it looked like it was smaller warehouse.
Yes. It was a smaller warehouse, and then it was.
And then the room was almost like a shed that was kind of just put up.
It's like when they put. It's a pretty common thing that they put in. Yeah. It's a pretty common thing that they put in like warehouses where there are actually people working in them. It's just like an office section. I thought it was like one of those containers. So I thought it was like straight up like solid. But yeah, when you went up there, it was not built to hold our weight at all.
Yeah.
But it's good because the hard cam was up there with us. So when they release that footage, hopefully they show the hard cam footage of us because that's where they kept one of the hard cams pointing down to the ring. It'll probably show the camera falling off balance when we went through the roof a little bit.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
so for those who don't know, for all of those who don't know, which I think would be the majority, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Morgan Rose is trying to achieve 50 matches. Oh no, 50 shows.
50 shows. I'm going to smash 50 matches.
In 1 year. So what are you at now?
19.
Currently, I'm a 19 currently. With
19
1/3 of, I believe it's 1/3 of the year completely cooked. So technically,
Yeah, how many matches is that?
I think I posted it was 29.
29
counted,
matches. Wow.
Yeah. So if I could finish the year, yeah. So it was exactly 1/3. So statistically, I'm on track to finish with like 57 matches and like 84 matches and 57 shows. But I'll say May, after our good friends at Hamilton North Bowling Club have taken a date away from me, I only have one show planned so far in May. I think I have a second that's going to pop up to replace the Hamilton show, but May's looking very quiet.
The Morgan Rose Collecticon.
Hey, get the book open.
What about Morgan Rose versus Alex Box? He's already lost to another All-Star rookie who commented about that, actually. Just stand by. How does Mr. Rose feel about losing to Danson Dave?
I'm no stranger to losing to the rookies.
Damn.
The only person that Danson Dave has ever beaten, by the way.
Wait, no, he beat King Vince at
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, in Bigger.
Yeah, that's two people, and I'm sure he's definitely got a. Oh, I was watching the show. Should we break the fourth wall and say who was the person who requested the Mitch Alex Show?
It was Otis.
Yeah, it was. He's been bugging me. He said if we can just get one episode of the Mitch Alex Show, that'll tide me over.
Well, this is funny because now I've done podcasts with both members of Without Warning.
Yes. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
It's one to tick off on the bucket list.
Yeah.
That's a good question, Alex Fox. Why did you ask me when you had the OG podcast? What about me? What about little old?
I didn't know who you were.
Wow.
I'm just a no one to you.
I
made my.
To be fair, Otis offered.
Oh, did he? Well, I made my debut in All Star before Otis, so technically I am the veteran of the two of us.
Yeah, he was Survival of the Fittest 2022. Beat Kai Drake.
It was me, Kai Drake. Did I win?
Yeah, you won.
Oh,
yeah, it's that one right there.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Am I on the poster?
Otis come in like a show after. No, you're not on it.
Chopper. Hey, I got the win though.
I know the front's Keegan, Slacks, Wes, that's B-Boy up there. I can't see who's in the back. I'm too blind.
B-Boy, Grant. Yeah, Grant and Falco.
Yeah, right. That's funny as Morgan Rose not on the poster. The Elite Tag Team on the poster.
They were the tag champs at the time, I think.
Yes, that was my first time at the iconic Pads to RSL.
See, Keegan Brettle hasn't pinned Aries. Morgan Rose pinned him for the tag team titles.
You got any more questions for Morgan Rose?
I don't know. Have the
I-
people got any?
I have a quick question for Alex Box, actually, and I want
Go on.
the special man to weigh in on it.
It's
Okay,
funny
so
'cause
my
I have
question-
no clue
my-
what this is going to be.
No, this is actually this is something that I have completely committed to, and I resent Johnny Starr for standing in the way of this.
Oh, I know
You
what
know
he's
what it is?
about to ask me. Oh no.
And
And
and I
how's it
know for a
looking?
fact, that this is a good decision, and I feel like it's like stupid that it's taken this long. Mitch, should Alex Box
Yeah.
go blonde for wrestling?
I've been asked this before. I say no.
And the reason for no is why.
Let's get to the 5 people that are watching. Our attendance has dropped by like 200% since Morgan Rose.
Wow.
That's the Morgan Rose effect, baby.
Which is funny because he just got engaged.
Well, hold on, Morgan Rose. What do you think? Should he go blonde?
He does.
I'm the one who came up with this idea because
Why?
He
Why
is-
blonde?
because
he no, well yes, but because currently he's got nothing to differentiate himself appearance wise.
That's
He
true.
looks like a very creative wrestler type guy, but he's not going to
Oh,
get
what about the beard?
the beard. The beard can stay. I think the beard black and the hair blonde is a good mixture. But he needs something to make him look.
exactly like Morgan Rose.
No, my beard's orange. My beard's orange. But yes,
What does he want me to be? Alex Rose?
hey, that could be a new
rip-off
tag
Axl
team.
Rose? Alex Rose?
I like it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Greatest vocalist of all time.
well, think about it. It's a very like easy way to differentiate yourself appearance wise. Unless you want to go get all the Morgan Rose tattoos, I can hook you up with my artist if you like, or you can just
you
dye
pay
your hair
for 'em.
blonde.
If you pay for him, I'll get him.
I think just dye the hair blonde, and everyone will be like, think about it at the Bega show. How many people do you think remember Alex Box? But if he had the blonde hair, they'd say, hey, do you remember that skinny dude with the blonde hair? I remember that guy. And that's the effect you could have with a nice set of blonde hair.
The man brings a good point, Box.
Let's put it
Yeah.
to the people. David Bullock, you're in there. What do you think? Do you think I should dye my hair blonde? Should I put a
Dancing
poll up
Dave's
on the Instagram story?
You should. You should. Morgan
You
Rose
should.
suggested it. He's clearly
Dave's a
passionate about
fashionable
the
man.
idea.
Oh, I am very passionate about it. There's
Yeah, you
only
won't
three
leave me alone
things.
about it.
There's 3 things in wrestling I'm passionate about: 50 shows, Alex Box going blonde, and the TLC. Which we'll just
Thanks to
throw that
the
in the
viral
ether.
news holiday, that isn't happening anymore.
Yeah,
There's
that's
one
true.
guy. There's one guy standing in the way of 2 of these things, and I think he's got it out for me.
He does. He's ruining all your plans.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
there should be a match between you two. I think.
Yeah, they'll have a match 49 matches in, and Morgan Rose
And then
will
he
get
will-
hurt.
Yeah,
Won't
then
be
he'll
able to
injure me.
Won't be able to finish the story.
Oh no.
There's one man.
Rap-
He's
Rap's
my
gonna
Roman
have to sing him
Reigns.
to sleep.
We need to get
Oh.
Rap to bring in a theme song.
We do. He's been singing a lot of Green Day, and I like Green Day. So, Rap, if you're out there, what about some American Idiot,
I want to be an American.
21 Guns, Wake Me Up When September Ends? What else we got?
Nah, that's not the Superior Month song. November Rain always wins.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, but Rap singing a song, nothing beats it.
Mm.
Is he doing the Australian anthem at A Night to Remember? I think the big show, there's going to be a lot of people in attendance, a lot of patriots.
Can I
They're gonna
say
wanna hear
Morgan
that
Rose is a funny fella.
He is a funny fella.
They're gonna want to hear that anthem. A lot of patriots in the crowd. There'll be a lot of tears shed
And
if we
on
get
heart.
Rap. Both verses. None of that poxy one verse. Both verses.
New lyrics, 1 and 3.
Full song.
For I think if we
I
can
don't
get
know
a
if I
hot
could
choir,
afford to pay Rap that much.
I
Am I
think it'll
right?
be fine. We'll get a
Oh,
couple
so
of
if you
choir
have to cost
students
much,
behind
we'll
him.
try.
No. Well.
Hey, to be fair, Morgan Rose got paid $2,000 to wrestle in Korea.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
No,
He's a rich
2000 in Taiwan, I got paid 100,000 in Korea, so my booking fee has skyrocketed.
6
But
figures.
Taiwan-
6 figures.
Yeah, 6 figures. In Taiwan, they paid me 2,000 and a box of chocolates, which were delicious.
Wow.
Yeah,
We
so
really break everything down here on the Mitch and Alex show. We're finding out how much Morgan Rose got paid for his international trips.
Mm.
100
well,
grand.
I'll break
102,000.
102.
But
Oh, yeah.
and those crowds were, the biggest crowd of the two. I think they were both like between 40 to 60, and I was getting paid 200,000, or 100,000. So all my Australian promoters, I'll be doing. I
Sounds
need
like
to
an
get
FWA
paid.
show.
Yeah, I need to get paid 100,000 per 60 people in the building. That's my new rate.
Did you get flown in as an unknown as well, just to give you a chance?
As a surprise.
it was the Taiwan City Showdown.
Was there a promoter involved that was pulling their hair out?
No comment.
Morgan Rose is smart man.
No heat for me. No heat for me.
Smart man. I
This
respect
this
that.
is the
David
Mitch.
Bullock said
Yeah.
the blonde box would be quite a change up and add to the character.
Well, there you
See,
go.
there you go.
David Bullock also says, "Come on out to Penrith for a Collecticon, Mr. Rose."
There's a request there, Morgan Rose.
I probably will. I'm not gonna lie. The
You know what,
chances are
Morgan
very
Rose?
high.
I'm calling you out, May 26th at the Penrith Collecticon
Wow.
for either the
Oh.
10 a.m. or 12 p.m. session.
Oh, surely the 12. That's the main event session.
Morgan
I'll
Rose,
come out.
I want
I'll-
you one-on-one.
I'd love to come out. Hey, for a 12 o'clocker, I'm there.
You got to make
Let's
both. Though.
advertise it. See, that's the problem. And we'd ring crew. Wait, do you go out the night before for Penrith?
You know what?
Yeah, we go
I'll
to the
even
night.
do your share of ring crew.
Wow.
For Jesus.
Morgan Rose, we'll
shall-
discuss it.
Yeah, it sounds likely now that I've only got one booking in May. But
Yep.
June
He's
and July.
forced to do the Collecticon. That's what they want.
Yeah. Yeah, come on out, everyone. Well, I got June and July. I've got a couple of all-star appearances then. But
June
yeah,
15th.
May is only all-star. It's all-star month for me.
Mm.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
smart,
sounds
smart
good.
man.
Yeah,
Yep.
smart man.
Well, should we wrap it up?
Is that all
there?
you need from me?
That's all we need from you, Morgan
Oh,
Rose.
look, I think we should just sign off here and now. You don't have to leave.
Yeah.
Is the audience growing with Morgan Rose's appearance?
No, it decreased. Like,
They're- Good
heavily.
lord.
We went from 15 people to 4.
Wow.
Well, I'll
Morgan
just
Rose.
say-
comment.
We might
I'll
have
just
also
say
given
that's
him a lot.
that's
the time slot.
that's the Morgan Rose event. I will say though, when I woke up this morning, I didn't think I'd be living out my boyhood dream of being on the Mitch and Alex show. And they say never
Ah,
meet your
well.
heroes. I've met 2 of mine today, and it's been a great experience.
Wow. Well, I'm so flattered. Morgan Rose, you're one of my heroes as well, and you've been great on the pod.
Morgan Rose, I appreciate you coming on. Our first ever, one of our first ever.
Our first successful interview.
Yeah, our first successful interview on the Mitch and Alex show.
Because Pups, his audio doesn't work.
He just
and
goes, yeah, and that's about it.
Rap hasn't got much to say, let's be honest.
He's got a lot to sing, just not much to say.
Yeah.
But we appreciate you coming on. We
certainly
might have
do.
to make this a. What about the Mitch, Alex, and Morgan show? What do you reckon?
I don't think he's driving up here for that, Chief.
Oh, you can tune in via satellite.
Oh. Well, don't put the
How's-
man on the spot. Look,
how's
you know,
my-
Morgan Rose,
how's-
we'll
how's
talk
my-
business.
Yeah. Hey, another
rate for
zeros. I got,
podcast is 50,000.
Yeah, we'll talk business.
yeah. How's my audio been all right?
Oh,
It
it's been
has.
fantastic.
Yeah.
For crystal clear. Well, I'll say that the pod's audio and the picture, because I remember the show before last, it was pixelated to all hell, but I know who to blame for that.
Rap.
Yeah. All right, fellas. Thanks for having me. I gotta go
Alright.
to the gym. All right, love you, fellas. Bye.
See
Bye
ya.
bye, Morgan Rose. He does. I was gonna say he doesn't know how to leave. That'd be funny.
All right, Box, what do you reckon? Surely we go till 10 o'clock. It's a super show.
Chief, I've got to go to work tomorrow. Please.
Is there anything else? You got any other questions? Put them in the chat. The 5 people that are left.
Your final question. Well, 3 now. Send through your final questions.
Morgan Rose
hold on.
leaves and 2 people leave.
Just quickly, we got to go through the rest of the Keegan Aries confrontation that we missed.
Oh, was it continuing during our interview?
It was, yeah. So, Keegan goes, this is actually a backup Falco YouTube account. Hey, guys.
I remember you read that one.
Aries goes, I don't think he knows how to use a phone.
Who? Keegan.
Falco.
Oh.
He goes, nah jokes. It's Keegs. Keep it up, Chief. I'm looking forward to the 3-way dance May 11th. I'm going to dance on your face. Bring in your missus, mate. Sit her in the front row for the Padstow experience.
That is what you want to do. That you want to sit ringside at Padstow. It's one of those things you need to do in Aussie
I
wrestling.
did it for a year in a row.
Yeah, and it was worth every dollar, wasn't it, Box?
Yeah, it was.
Yep.
Now I get to sit at the special man table sometimes.
Sometimes when you're lucky.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm at the
Anyway, Box, I
Oh,
smell.
quickly,
I
Status
smell my
Tomb.
tacos.
Status Tomb said, howdy, just tuning in. Any footy talk yet? There was some footy talk. You'll have to rewind and watch it. Not as much today. The people didn't get much footy talk. It was mainly the Bulldogs were in the top 8. Parramatta suck. And
What about the Roosters, Box? Box.
Oh, here's a question from Status Tomb. Do you have any thoughts on Integrity Sports Entertainment?
No, not really. Well, do I, Box?
I don't know. Do you? We can
putting-
talk about their venue choice, I guess.
Oh, that was our venue.
That's what I mean.
But it's okay. No need to ask. No, look, I don't know the guys over there too well. I never met Torture, Trauma, whoever,
No,
Torture.
trauma.
I always get them mixed
Trauma.
up.
No, it's
I never met those guys. Robbie was on there, I heard.
Robbie versus Dan Archer, yeah.
I like those guys. Yeah, look, I'll play it by ear. I don't know if they're doing good things or bad things because the show isn't out.
We'll keep you updated in 6 weeks when we do the next Mitch Alex Show.
Yeah, maybe there'll be something to talk about there. But I haven't seen them. I don't know anyone that was there because we had a show in Bega on the same day as them. I don't know the guys running it, so
Fair enough.
play it by ear.
Well, look, we've had a fantastic episode.
Have we?
Yeah, I think this episode's kind of relit the Mitch and Alex Show fire under my arms.
Oh well, not me.
No?
I'm waiting for my taco dinner.
Fair enough. Well, I have to urinate. So, it's been a pleasure.
What about that last comment? I bet you it's a good one.
Blonde box is a Morgan Rose idea. Who's going green then?
I'll go green. I'm not afraid.
You literally said at the start of the show that you wouldn't go green.
No, I said I would. And
You
then
said maybe, which means never.
I'll think about it.
Yeah.
Imagine if I went green, though, Box.
Would like that.
There's another comment.
Thoughts on the Bulldogs lawsuit?
I
I think it's stupid.
Well, look, I can't say I'm too educated on that, but I did read the headline, so allow me to speak on it a little bit.
The headline.
Yeah. I think like what they had him doing is like a traditional punishment thing. Like in the 80s, that wouldn't have been a problem. But in 2024, it kind of is. Like, you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the wrestling business, like they used to break, like Hulk Hogan famously got into the business and they broke his leg. If you did that now, you'd be cancelled and nobody would come to your school. So times have changed. I did see Bulldogs coach. He said, you know, it's a tough sport and tough business. But I don't think in 2024 or 2023 when it happened, you can have punishments like that. What says you, Box?
Yeah, look, I think it's a tough one because there's certain things that, like, he turned up late and he got punished for it. Was the punishment too much? I don't know. I guess that's
They had to
that's
wrestle
subjective.
all of his teammates, right? Olympic wrestle. Yeah.
I actually read, I don't know if you remember Lloyd Parrott.
Yeah, I
He
did
came
read that
out
today.
that you know, when he was playing for Manly, he was forced to run like
In the heat.
in the heat with no water, and then he ended up suffering a seizure because of it.
Yeah, see, like that's another thing that
I think that's far worse than having to wrestle your whole team.
yeah, but like again, it's something that would have been socially acceptable in the 80s, but
I think it
now
would have been socially acceptable had he
Now-
no, but I think even if he had the seizure back then as well, that wouldn't be okay.
no.
But
But like that would be an acceptable thing to do in the 80s for training,
yeah,
but it's kind of outdated now.
yeah, I don't know. The times are changing. Do you change with the times or do you not?
You got to change with the times.
Yeah, I think there could have been a different punishment. You know, maybe it's hey, you turned up late. I'm not going to name you this week. Or
I will say that the guy who's suing the Bulldogs, he won't win $4 million in court though. I
that's
don't
what he's
think.
suing them for, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, they'll settle for something, and
Like Lloyd Parrott is suing Manly now.
yeah, and he might have a valid case
Oh,
because
for $4 million, 100%. Medical expenses.
but they Manly were negligent. Were the Bulldogs negligent in what they did, and what are the players' damages?
I guess if there was no health repercussions, then I think that
yeah,
the
there's
Bulldogs are fine,
not
yeah.
much case apart from
Maybe some mental,
yeah,
you know, but
but they're not going to put $4 million on that.
no,
They'll
not
settle for probably
100
six
percent.
figures, yeah, and that'll be it.
fair enough. When is Jimmy Zero having a match at the iconic Pads to RSL?
Don't know.
Great show. Thanks for the amazing interview with Morgan Rose. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
your endless support, David Bullock. We
That's
appreciate
right.
it.
Yep.
Even though the Bulldogs suck. Thank you guys for a wonderful 2 hours. I don't think we were expecting to go that long.
Was it
but,
2 hours, box?
was.
9:31. Oh yeah. All right.
We appreciate the interaction in the comments. It was a lovely return.
I think we'll do more 7:30 shows, box.
Yeah, I like it.
The people are settled in. They've had their dinner and they're ready to be entertained.
Yeah, I don't know if we can promise a weekly thing. But,
Can't do weekly.
I don't even know if we'll have a set schedule. It might just simply be, hey, we're back, and we'll see. And
Keep an eye on the Mitch Alex Show's social medias.
Yeah. If you don't already follow them at the Mitch Alex Show,
Or simply subscribe to us on YouTube.
or that. That also helps. And we will see you guys when we see you.
Fucking
He's
oath.
Mitch.
Am I?
I'm Alex.
Are ya?
I am.
You are?